Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday. There we go. Thursday, November the 7th, 2019. It's another Technical Alpha podcast. This time we got everything right on the first attempt.
Boom.
We didn't have to restart anything. First attempt, we got her down.
Boom.
There we go. Scuffed cam, what are you talking about, Major?
Is it
Are
blurry?
we blurry? Really? Oh, we are a little blurry. 1 second.
We'll fix her up.
While I do that, Mr. Black,
Yeah.
how was your week?
Week was good. Busy week. I mean, I'm sick, right? I'm getting over the sickness. I'm at that stage where yesterday was peak, and you always know when you're about to turn a new leaf. That was yesterday. So I'm feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. But other than that, just another week, my man.
Fantastic.
Another week.
Another week, yeah. And we know about the TV. I have the gel for it at home. I just got my hands on it here like yesterday. And so I will be in the coming weeks I will be cutting and fitting it to the TV so that you guys can see this appropriately. It's not about the TV's brightness per se. It's just that there isn't the film on the TV so that the camera picks it up properly so we are aware of the TV. How
was your week? You were in California.
I was in California.
California.
That's right. Knows how to party.
Yeah, that they do.
I was down in California for my buddy's wedding. It went remarkably well. The trip there, we got several delays, but we still managed to make the connecting flight on a miracle.
That's good.
But everyone was delayed. There's only one person out of the entire group that was flying that didn't have some sort of crazy delay. So it was just one of those days where getting into California was apparently just not going to happen smoothly, even for the guy who was just coming down from Vancouver. So like the same,
He got screwed too?
even he had delays.
All right.
So it didn't matter where you were coming from.
You were getting
You were
delays.
getting delays. So we had, but we did eventually get there, and we had a fantastic time. It was crazy seeing everyone there. Many of those guys I hadn't seen since we were in Anaheim 7 years ago or 8 years ago, and some of them I didn't even have a chance to meet yet in person because any of the events that they had gone to, either you or I or neither, were there.
Yeah.
And these were all guys and their girlfriends, whatever. All of them met through my community 8 years ago.
That's pretty dope.
So there's 13 of them there. And the guy getting married in the community, 2 of the guys standing in the wedding, he met through my community.
That's dope.
And then it was fucking surreal. So for me, it was like Twilight Zone shit. Looking around, realizing
you were like, I'm the fucking Godfather here without me.
It's just weird. Yeah, it was a
this
weird.
wedding
feels
would
like
be
a weird,
the same, motherfuckers.
It was weird, but it was awesome. And then, but the wedding was dope and beautiful spot. They're in a little golf course thing, overlooking it was on the edge of I wouldn't call it a mountain, but it was a mountainous region.
Nice.
There was like a river going through it, and the sun was going down. The smog in the background of California.
You had good weather while you were there?
Yeah, it was sunny the whole time.
Hell yeah.
Because it's California. The odds would have been remarkably bad if we had gotten rain while we were in California. I mean, we were close to San Francisco, so fog would have been the worst thing that we were going to likely get. Yeah. And thankfully, none of the smoke from the fire, which was like an hour and a half by car north of us, none of that made its way down. So
perfect.
The wedding was.
So it was a good
great.
time.
It was a great time.
The lady California is her first time.
Yeah, it was her first time there. It's not like we didn't have a chance to do the touristy shit, right? Like we didn't get a chance to go see the Golden Gate Bridge and all that stuff, even though we were only half an hour away. It was basically we got there because of the delays. We didn't get there until 11:30.
Yeah, so you lost like a day.
Yeah, and then we didn't get to bed until because everyone was still filing into the Airbnb until 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning there.
And you're like...
We were awake for 24 hours. So we got to bed, and then we died.
Yes.
And when we woke up, it was too late in the afternoon for us to want to do anything else except for just eat and relax and brace for the wedding because that's what we needed to be. We needed to be awake for the wedding. So we just chilled. We went for a little walk. We saw a meth head while we were out. That was nice.
That's nice.
It was nice, getting to see the locals.
Sweet.
They were talking a lot about... There was some woman doing weird aerobic exercises in a park and then started dropping N-bombs out of nowhere. She's by herself. There's nobody around.
Fantastic.
Wasn't a black person for miles.
Hey, sometimes you got to drop some N-bombs.
And then all of a sudden it was she started talking about Mary-Kate and Ashley and how about there's no savior
with
Mary-Kate and Ashley. And sometimes, if you're looking at Mary-Kate and Ashley, you might think, There is no savior.
Or one of them's on meth. One of the two.
It might be somebody she's looking up to. So she went with that, and then at some point she rolled up the magazine that she had in her hand and started and pointed at everyone else. It was like a park, kind of like the Dingle almost kind of idea. And pointed at everyone else who was in the park and was like, "I have now identified you all as criminals." At that point, I was like, all right, well, before she comes and interviews us,
We're going to leave.
we're going to leave.
Bye.
So we got out of there.
Great.
So we got the true Californian experience. But other than that, again, wedding was fantastic. Food was great. Cake was amazing. Dancing was great. The MC was godforsakenly terrible. Yogurt wanted to get his money back. The dude was awful. How many times as an MC, somebody who's hosted anything before, do you ask when somebody, the classic, you're looking for a cheer, and the crowd gives you a cheer.
How's everybody doing?
And you're like, yeah. And he's like, I can't hear you, like that kind of thing. And it's like, all right, how many times before that's really getting,
Make some
you
noise.
might do that one extra time.
Yeah.
This motherfucker went for the 4-peat.
Oh, shit. He's trying to get the hype going.
Later on in the night, when he was found out somebody, like he was asking how long some of the older couples have been married or whatever, whatever. And somebody said 60. There was a couple that were 60 years married.
Give it up for 60 years.
Dude, it was like 7-8 times. And people were like, bro, we've cheered 7 or 8 times.
Yeah.
Time out.
Stop the madness.
He was being real weird with the microphone, and like they had open mic after the two speeches of the best man and the the best woman or whatever the fuck they're called. What is she called again? It was like
what the bridesmaids?
Well, it's the bridesmaid, but there's like the best man, and then there's
the maid
maid of honor.
Maid of honor.
So they give their speeches or whatever, and that was the only thing they had planned. And then he randomly decided, like off cue, to do open mic and bring people up, and so people were like a little confused, and they started coming up, and some of the bridesmaids came up to give like their like a little speech about Matt and his wife, whatever, and the dude was creepy as fuck. He's like, noticed that one of the girls was like super nervous, and he was like chirping her about being nervous the whole time, and then was like taking the microphone, and it was like getting it uncomfortably into her face, and she was like recoiling, and so he had his hand like in behind her head and shit, and I was watching this whole thing unfold like, the fuck am I saying? This is so weird. I was just like, I didn't know how to process it, neither did she, and she just kept like trying to back up. It was freaking weird.
Hey.
But the worst part about it probably was that they had given him for the dancing.
Yeah.
They gave him a 4.5-hour playlist, in which he put none of that on and played his own jams for the entire time.
Wonderful.
And then wasn't there when they were supposed to have their walkout music. Just fucking was like gone. So they walked out in silence. So it's like the worst. He did nothing. He did zero of his job like the entire night. Just zero fucking work.
I'd have been like, I want my money back, bro.
Yeah, no.
Probably wasn't cheap either.
That was something. Apparently, in the middle of it, he plugged himself. He's like, yeah, so I do like 150 weddings a year. I was like, bruh.
Oh my God.
I feel bad for all 150 of those weddings.
Yikes.
It was bad. Otherwise, wedding was
time.
fantastic. It was great. It was, everything went really well. So that was nice. Other than that was it.
You get wedding fever? You go there and you're just like,
no, bro.
No.
I wasn't awake enough.
I mean, sometimes when you go to weddings like that, right? You get these.
Well, you always get like everyone's super happy at a wedding, right?
Yeah.
And that's like that's why there's wedding crashers, right? You show up because you're
you
feeding off of
smash.
that MC. Definitely a wedding crasher.
Oh
by
yeah,
the
he
way.
probably
100%.
Oh yeah, he probably was looking to get laid there.
100%.
Yeah.
So you always get like those feelings, but it's not like I was like. I didn't have like some immediate thoughts of like I need to get married.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
But you feel the love, right?
Yeah.
You're at a wedding. So
For sure.
it was dope. So that was nice. Got back without any issues, no delays. It was a miracle.
That's good.
We almost got caught up in Toronto. It was weird. It was super late at night, and there was like 3,000 people moving through customs.
Great.
And they had lines. The lineup for it was like
zigzags.
Forever.
Yeah, maze.
Dude, it went all the way through customs, out to the other side of customs, all the way down the escalators, and then there was an entire other foyer where some of the baggage claim was, more zigzags. You basically zigzagged all the way
The dream.
to security,
Yeah.
where you zigzagged some more through security, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and it was like 3,000 people, and it was warm, and it was like I felt like cattle.
Yeah.
I felt like I was getting herded like cattle.
You are cattle.
It was fucking weird. People were like hacking and coughing. I was like, just bubonic
you've got
plague.
AIDS. That's it. It's over.
That's it. But yeah, we got home. So that was that. Now we're here, and it's another Technical podcast. We had some news to talk about. Not a lot of news actually this week.
It was a pretty. I figured you were going to put this first thing in there.
Yeah, that was
Probably the biggest piece of news.
Yeah, like there's really not a lot this week in general, but we've got some stuff to talk about. So, first up, Fortnite news, Jeff.
Ooh,
it's the real deep shit. It's the
The
stuff
real
all the
deep
kiddies
shit.
care about these days. The Fortnite news. Fortnite player FazeJarvis gets a lifetime ban, not just a ban for short, lifetime ban from Fortnite after creating YouTube videos showcasing aimbots while actively using them in the game himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was a professional player for FaZe Clan, and decided that he was going to use aimbots, whatever, as an entertaining video and just showcase them on YouTube. Now, why he thought that was a good idea at any point in time is debatable.
Well, I can tell you why.
Because he's a kid.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He's 17 years old.
He has no fucking clue
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Yeah.
And the follow-up apology video was the classic YouTube apology video.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. You know what? Keep going because then there's a second part to this because then I'm seeing
then
the
it gets
ninja.
real good.
Yeah, so
So, I mean, he puts up the apology video, which is basically like every other YouTube apology video ever. It's, I didn't know it was going to be this big of a deal. I'm so sorry. Please don't do it. This is my livelihood. You know, his mom's losing her shit because she's seeing money bags just disappear off into the sunset.
Mommy already had like in her mind she was going. I have a mansion coming in a few years.
Champagne every morning.
Yeah, he's gonna retire me. My son's famous. I've been telling all my coworkers and stuff how
so
great.
Proud of my boy making out that video game money.
Yeah, and it's gone.
And so that was I mean, watching the video, it was honestly, I'm going to be real with you.
I felt, you know what, man? I felt bad for it. Like, I seriously felt bad for him because I did watch it too.
I felt exactly zero empathy.
Well, I had empathy for him because he's a kid and he's 17 years old.
Yeah.
And I know I can relate to him and his regret for doing something. I mean,
you can be regretful for doing something, but I mean,
I know. I think
this seems like a softball even for a 17-year-old.
I know. It's like everybody makes mistakes, and you know we've all made mistakes.
Yeah.
And you know to do it, I think that the part that I empathize for is the fact that he's 17 and he has to go through this publicly on such a large scale.
Sure.
And I felt bad for him in that moment. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
I don't care. Anybody that's listening to this podcast,
everyone makes mistakes.
We all regret doing something or we made a mistake and whatever. But a lot of us don't have to face millions of people and be the butt of a joke, essentially. You know, because there's tons of articles. Dude,
yes,
I've read, I've saw.
There's lots of stuff about it.
Boo-hoo, this 17-year-old making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Got to actually go get a real job and stuff. I get it.
There's motherfucking crocodile tears in that video, though, bro.
I think yes and no. I think yes and no. I think
he's salty. I think the only time he's crying is when he thinks about all the money he lost. He didn't give a fuck about what he did. Because here's the reality of it is that he even mentions in the video that he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
What he specified was he didn't think the repercussions of the wrongdoing would be as severe.
Yeah, I know.
So I have zero.
But
he knew it was wrong.
At the same time, I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Sure. Go. No, I mean,
he's
fine.
17 years old. And how far of a maturity level, dude, when I was 17, and I imagine if I was 17 years old, making millions of dollars, have millions of followers on one of the biggest teams, esports teams in the world, and you're one of the biggest content creators for the largest game in the world.
Absolutely.
And your life is going at 1,000,000 miles per hour,
100%.
and you're trying to step up the bar in terms of content, make something funny, you know, poke fun at this type of shit, show how ridiculous it is.
Sure.
And you get lost up in the moment. I truly believe that that's what happened. I don't think he did it maliciously. I believe him when he says he doesn't use aimbots when he's competing. I think that it was an idea that wasn't fully thought through.
Yeah.
I think he knew to a degree he wasn't supposed to do it, but I also think that probably the pressure of creating more content, like I said, making something unique, not thinking fully through the consequences. Had he known he would have been banned permanently, of course he would have never have done this. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but I also don't believe that he thinks that he thought it through fully. I thought he was trying to be Mr. Funny, and it turned out that it backfired on him. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
Yes, he acknowledged it in the video, but he's also 17, and he's also putting on a webcam, and probably in the midst of this video, and you can see his emotion to a degree, he's realizing the fucking shit he's in while he speaks. Like, he knows it, but now when he's speaking his truth and it's going out into the world, he's vulnerable in almost every way. And it wasn't one of those videos where you could tell he re-recorded it 50 times. He hit record, he spoke his shit, and that was that. So on that aspect, I feel for the kid. He's 17. He doesn't deserve what he's getting to that degree, but he definitely deserves to be banned because he did a stupid fucking idiotic move where you're an ambassador for the biggest game there is, and all these kids are now going to see how cool it is to hack and how easy it is to win, and you're basically putting it out on a silver platter, showing everybody how fucking simple and easy it is. I mean, the only thing worse would have been is if he added a link in the description on where people could download this shit and go and do it themselves and create funny content and get millions of views and make tons of money. That was stupid.
So there's the thing is that the punishment levied to him is no different than the punishment levied to literally anyone else.
I agree.
That does what he does.
I
right?
agree. 100%.
So the punishment isn't the problem.
No.
The only thing I feel sympathy for him is that people are turning into a bit of a joke. And that part sucks because you're in the limelight, like you said, at 17 years old,
It's
and
a lot,
that
dude.
part's going to suck.
Yeah.
When you have that much shine on you at all times, and at 17, you're going to take it differently than you would even later in life, and you're never going to take it, no matter how old you are. Very few people are going to take that well.
If he was a 25 or a 30-year-old, he would have never made that video. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He wouldn't have made the video.
So but again, for me, in terms of feeling any kind of sympathy or being empathetic to his situation. I really and truly don't give a fuck because there have been instances of just this that have already been publicly known by everyone that it's a permanent ban, lifetime ban upon doing it. And so I get that he's 17 and caught up in the moment, but he acknowledged that he knew what it was going in.
Well, he has to. I mean, he also has to. He knows what he's doing.
So he exactly. So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But that's
it was
like,
the consequences that he wasn't prepared for the judgment day, right? He didn't think when he released that video. He didn't. I'm speaking from what I like to believe.
Sure.
He could have be pulling the wool right over me. But what
I'm sure he has emotions, but I think most of his emotions are
when he did. There's multiple things here.
Caught.
For yes, of course he is. Of course he is.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. I mean, he's going to lose out on not only his reputation, but his career for that game anyway. I'm sure he'll be just fine, and he'll create whatever, and people will still watch.
Sure.
But also, he let a lot of people down. He let his team down. He probably let his family down. We're not talking any small amount of money. So there's all that, and I don't even think the 17-year-old really knows the significance, even now, even when he's banned, how real of a sacrifice he made by doing such a stupid thing. I still don't. It'll sink in, especially when he gets older and he realizes, holy fuck.
He learned a real good life lesson that day.
That's a tough life lesson to learn.
Yeah, sure.
And he's going to learn it.
Yeah.
But he's young. He's talented. He'll come back from it. I truly believe it. But from what I'm saying is there's multiple levels of this. For one, he's got to go to this website or wherever you get this shit, download it and install it, or whatever you do.
There are multiple checkpoints in which he could have gone.
Then you got to go into a game.
Yes.
You got to record your gameplay footage.
Yes.
Then you got to go over to
edit
that shit. Then you got to upload that shit.
Yeah.
Then you gotta wait.
Make it live. Post to social media.
So from all those different things, if he truly thought that, holy fuck, I'm doing something really bad, he would have never have done it. I truly believe that. He's not going to make that video and release it and go, oh, let's just see what I can get away with. Fuck Riot. They're not going to ban me because I'm hella famous and rich.
I actually think, if I'm going to be real with you, that there was a portion of that was that he thought that because of his size, there would be, because he acknowledged that he knew it was wrong, and he's saying that he didn't know the gravity or how extreme the punishment would be. Tells me that he thought that despite the fact that there's already been precedent set for what happens when you do that, that he thought he would be treated differently.
I don't think so. I think the fact that he said it, I think you're being hung up on your words. I think you're being too much of an adult, and you're not putting yourself into the mindset of a 17-year-old kid. And I think you're being extremely harsh on, 17-year-olds can say a lot of shit. And it can be even factual to what we think, but ultimately,
I want to clarify.
I think I think in the moment and his emotions and him going off the cuff and saying it, and also I think he's trying to make right by it by admitting and not making an excuse.
No, he's saying
the possibility.
No. So this is what I want to clarify. What I want to clarify is that he said that he knew before he did it.
Yes.
No, I'm not saying that he was acknowledging that it was wrong in the video, which he did. I'm saying that he acknowledged that before he did the act, he knew that it wasn't
allowed,
kosher.
Yes.
That which is a very, very, in my opinion, adult or not, a very massive, there's a chasm between having done something and being caught up in the moment and not thinking about the consequences, period, until after the fact, reflecting and saying, okay, yeah, that was 100%, which he did partially in this video, 100% not the thing to do. That is miles away from, I knew before I did it that it was wrong, did it anyway thinking that the consequences would be more minor than they were, and now that they aren't, I'm reflecting and going, yeah, these consequences are the right way, but oh shit, here we are.
I see what you're saying, and I just fully just disagree with you. Like, I just can't get on the same page as you with that. I know what you're saying, and it makes sense in a logical standpoint, but I also believe, coming from a 17-year-old, that he truly didn't understand what was really going to happen. He knows that aimbots are a no-no and you get banned for it. For fuck's sakes, he probably streams the game. I don't watch this kid. Probably streams the games and cusses people out all the time for using aimbots. It's a fucking terrible thing to do. So you want to make a parody on it, make fun of the shit, and do whatever. I also believe that he knows that you get banned for that shit, but I also believe that he didn't think that he would be banned from it, not because he's a big content creator and he's got pull, but just because in his mind, he was rationalizing that he's doing it in a different way. So that it isn't being malicious. It isn't in a thing to win.
I'm not saying he's being malicious.
But you're saying his intent, the fact that he was doing it and knowing that is the fact that he was doing it would get him in trouble, but just didn't think it would get him in that much trouble. And he was being ignorant.
That's his own words.
I understand, but what I'm telling you is, from what he's saying in his words and what he actually means, I think they're two different things in this case because of his age and the whole situation. I'm just being empathetic to a 17-year-old kid, man. Because we all say and do stupid shit. And I'm sure if he rewatched that video, there's probably things in there that he's probably like, fuck, I probably shouldn't have said it that way. But now he's not going to delete the video. I've done the same things and said things in StarCraft cast where I'm like, fuck, I probably shouldn't have said it that way. It's not really what I mean, even though I said it that way. People were going to fucking take it the wrong way. I think that's what happened as well. And I think that there's so much going on in his life. All I can say is this. I feel for the kid. Call me a bad guy. Call me a softie. I don't know. Did he do something stupid? Absolutely. Does he deserve to get banned? Absolutely. Do I think he did this maliciously? Nope. Do I think that he does it competitively? Nope.
No.
Do I think Ninja's comments about him, there should be some sort of leeway because he's a content creator, is smart? Nope. I think that's stupid. But ultimately, I have to be the adult here and not jump on the hate train.
I mean, this isn't like a real, in terms of like, I get where you're coming from, right? It's not like we're 80 years old. 17 wasn't that long ago.
Dude, I've been in the content providing world. Same with you, bro.
We've been here,
bro. This isn't
for a long time.
This isn't fucking the head of Bethesda saying some fucking shit where you're going, dude, Shut the fuck up, you lying sack of shit. You're only sorry because you got caught. That we're talking about a 17-year-old making millions of dollars, got more fandom than anybody else. He wanted to be funny, and it fucking blew up in his face.
Fucked it up. Yeah,
he fucked it up. He didn't mean to fuck it up, but he still purposely did the thing that got him in trouble.
Yes.
But this was not his end goal.
No,
obviously. He didn't even in his mind think that I'm going to be fucking banned for this.
No.
And I don't even think in his mind he thought like, oh, well, Epic isn't going to do shit about this. I don't think he went into there going, I'm fucking famous. They ain't going to do shit about it. And if they do, it can't be that bad. So fuck it. I don't think that was even in his mind. I think he got caught up in the moment as the content provider. He thought it was funny, and he got excited about what he was creating, and he put it out there. And it backfired. That's what I truly believe. Even though he says one thing in the video and he's trying to make good, he's trying to take the high road, he's trying to admit to his fault, because if he does that and he comes out and he apologizes, not only for his team, where his team's probably like, dude, you need to fucking say something because this is going to blow back on all of us, but then also for his own sanity and to his fans, and then on top of that, maybe somebody at Epic is listening and going, fuck, a cry out for help, please, don't take this away from me. He didn't go, please, I work so hard and I promote your game like a motherfucker and I brought, I create all this content for you and I deserve a difference. I'm not some random schmo that used an aimbot. He didn't say any of that. He basically just said, bro, I knew I shouldn't have, to some degree, I knew I shouldn't have done it. I didn't think it through. I didn't think that this was going to happen. And he was being truthful about it. And I think coming from a 17-year-old, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt, and even his words, I have to side with him on that. In terms of his feelings, I side with Epic on banning him, period. You get caught using hacks, you're over. It's like in StarCraft. You want to use a map hack, or you want to use a whatever, I guess that was really the only, hack that was present in the game. Use that shit, you get caught, you're done, bro. You're done. It isn't like, oh, I thought you don't make funny content with map hacks and go on ladder and then and poke fun at how stupidly easy it is because you get banned.
Of course.
I mean, you and I know this.
Yes.
And I think at the end of the day, we have the maturity level, or at least, I feel like both of us have the maturity level, I think, to go, this is just stupid. You just don't do this. You just don't push the envelope like that. And I feel for this kid. I feel for what he's going through because the whole world is against him right now. And going from one high where you have everything going for you, and then out of one video, you fuck up and you didn't even mean it to be like that. You meant it to be a funny thing, and it turned out to be the end of your Fortnite career, to the point where you can't even play the very game that it put you on and what you're known for. I have nothing but empathy.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks some balls.
I do. That's just where I'm at.
Sucks some balls.
Is he an idiot? Yes. He's a young dumbass, and he's going to learn from this. But he's also a hard worker. He's talented. And if he's listening to this, don't give up. Fucking grind out. We all know you made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. For me, I don't think it was malicious. I don't agree with what Ninja said. But at the end of the day...
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So Ninja's thing. So Ninja says that the ban shouldn't apply to content creators like Jarvis. In the quote that I have here from Ninja is... There's a difference between... I can't even believe this is a quote, bro. I'm going to be fucking honest.
I watched it, too. I watched the video,
dude,
and I was like,
Ninja, what the
shut
fuck?
Up.
There's a difference... This is the quote. There's a difference between a content creator who has millions of subscribers, who then gets banned from what makes him money, and some kid who is just a piece of shit, who has 0 followers, 0 money from gaming and hacks. What a horrible quote that is. What a completely tone-deaf, stupid, ignorant quote that would be.
Once again, I think what Ninja was trying to do there is I think he was trying to go for bat for this kid. I think he feels for him, and he's trying to make some sort of argument and a cry out to fucking Epic to go, hey, this kid brings a lot. He's not just some sort of normal. If this kid said what Ninja said, I'd be on your boat right now. I'd go, fuck, this kid is a dumbass. And he's an ignorant dumbass. What Ninja's saying is just ignorant. It's like he used a hack. He's banned, bro. He's not banned for 1 month. He's not banned for 6 months. He's not banned for a year. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
You broke the sacred fucking thing that gamers don't do.
Mm-hmm.
Hacks. You ruin everything. You do that shit, that's it. And that's what Ninja should have said. He should have said, listen, I feel for the kid, but he used hacks. That's just the way it is. But instead, Ninja tried to defend him in a way that is not only trying to pander to his community to probably fight for a lesser sentence, 6 months, a year, or whatever.
Because when you say that, it's like, all right, so Ninja, where's the line then, bro?
Yeah, I know.
How many followers do you have before you get a different...
Well,
if
there was somebody...
30, is it like 300,000? So you're at 299,999?
It was a stupid comment.
Fuck it.
That's, no. And dude, he had somebody, I watched the actual video.
Yeah.
He had somebody playing with him in squads.
Yeah.
And he was combating everything Ninja said. He's like, dude, he fucking broke the rules. Like, no, he shouldn't be treated different. Right?
Yeah.
And Ninja was like stumbling on his words and just trying to, figure it a way. I think Ninja's heart was in the right place, but man, it was a stupid platform to say that dumb shit.
That sounds like so much of Ninja's career. His heart was in the right place, but man, did he execute that poorly.
That was dumb. And especially it was dumb coming from Ninja, who's one of the biggest, content providers for Fortnite and arguably the most famous Fortnite player in the world of all time.
Yes. Well, I don't think it's arguable.
No,
That's
he
just
is.
the reality of it. Yeah.
That was just a stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
That was just fucking stupid. I mean, if he wanted to really fight for this kid, he could have said something different. He could have been like, yeah, he made a mistake. That's
like
between,
all this comes down to is that there's sympathy for the way that the world is going to come down on this kid.
Yeah.
Not in terms of giving him the reality of the situation, but the delivery of it.
Yeah.
Right? The delivery is poor.
Yeah,
it's the headlines of turning it into a meme more than anything.
Yeah.
That's if I was gonna say anywhere where I'm drawing empathy or I'm drawing sympathy for this guy, that's where it is.
Yeah.
It's not the ban, it's not the consequence of, it's nothing of that. Fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, if you can drive at 16 and you're like, well, fuck, I didn't think it'd be such a big deal if I turned right on this red when it said no right on red and I hit a car and now I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, well, he's only 17. Well, I mean, we taught him how to
what,
drive.
bro, when I was 17 years old and I had a credit card, I used to run that shit up, and I used to know it was a bad thing.
Sure.
I still fucking did it
because
I didn't really know the consequence. I used to stick my dick in anything without a condom.
But everyone's different. We represent two wildly different ends of the spectrum.
At the end of the day, he's 17.
At 17,
you're gonna do shit that you.
At 17, I didn't accidentally bang a reel of coke and start slamming hookers for fun. I didn't like break rules for shits and gigs. Like, that wasn't me.
Well, at 17,
there's a bunch of people like me, and there's a bunch of people
I also
who are
wasn't
the opposite.
making a couple $1 million a year. And living in this high pressured
but this guy ain't
world.
fucking Justin Bieber, where there's a motherfucker controlling all of his money, and then like he's got everyone treating him like he's like bow down and kiss the fucking ring. Like,
I don't know, man. When you release a video, you're getting millions of views a day, and you're getting hundreds of thousands of likes, and everybody's sucking your dick, and you're on one of the biggest fucking teams in the world.
We were fucking,
a 17-year-old.
Not to say that we were fucking huge, but we were 22 years old, and at the time when we were in the game, we were releasing a video getting 800,000-900,000 views on YouTube. That's the equivalent of 3 million views today, easy.
Yeah.
We were making $12,000 a month when nobody even knew what the fuck that YouTube you can make money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I wasn't banging hookers and doing cocaine and thinking I was the king of the goddamn world. We were flying by the seat of our fucking pants.
There's a parallel there, but it's still one extreme to the next. I mean, the way he's living life, and even me right now at the peak of my career,
yes.
I'm dirt fucking peanuts compared to this kid, and he's 17, bro. He's 17, dude. The amount of money that I make now at 32,
yes.
I go, I can do virtually what I want to some degree, and even at times, I have to be level-headed and humble, and things like that, where I have to still make decisions, but a lot of my decisions now are more responsible, and I'm doing things for other reasons and not personal reasons.
Yes, of course.
At 17,
yes.
If I even had a 10th of what this kid makes,
yes,
and I don't have the mindset that I have as a 32-year-old or even at 25, where I got to look out for family, I got to take care.
It's a different mindset.
I mean, holy fuck, those things don't even register.
But it still doesn't, like, I personally, for me at 17, it wouldn't make me look.
I know, but
that's what I'm saying.
I know.
We represent two
Yeah.
And there are people all on that fucking line,
Yeah.
right? But I'm not the only person in existence
No.
that would be in that mindset at 17 where I was more of an adult at 17 than most people. Not like I was an actual adult. I had my head up my ass. I thought I knew everything in the goddamn world, but it doesn't. But I'm not the only person.
You were 30 at 15, bro.
Yes, exactly. But,
and at 30 now, you're 55.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's just me. But there are lots of people like that. There are lots of people
Judging by this kid's video,
no, I'm not saying
and the content he creates.
But what I'm saying is, we shouldn't be just saying, well, he's 17. Like, it shouldn't just be like the default to this entire scenario.
I listened to his video. I empathized with him. I thought it was real. I thought it was raw. I did some research on the kid. I watched some of his other content. I went on his Instagram and shit. Like, I'm only looking at it from face value.
I don't think he's a bad kid.
Yeah, I'm only looking at it at face value, and all I can do is empathize. That's all I can do about his situation. And like I said, don't get it twisted. He deserves to get banned. He deserves to get fucking banned, and he deserves to be banned for life. It was a stupid fucking move.
We can both say and agree. We can agree on this. Fuck Ninja. That was a dumb comment.
That was a stupid comment because when Ninja says shit like that, that also makes it look like he puts himself.
Yes.
It almost looks like.
Well, let's be honest.
I know.
He does.
I know. But that comes off as very snobby and ignorant and a high horsey.
But let's think about the timing of this. This is now that he's on Mixer, and he's already got his cut cash paycheck, and we're already seeing shades of
the old Ninja.
We don't have to care anymore.
I don't give a fuck.
We're old Ninja. We don't have to be super PG all the time.
Bro, I'm rich as fuck.
We're gonna say whatever.
I'm gonna actually say what's on my mind.
Whatever we say. Yeah.
This is not Disney Ninja anymore.
Unfortunately, some of what's on Ninja's mind probably shouldn't come out of his mouth.
Yes.
This is one of those things.
Yes. This was dumb because it really. And at that point too, it's not even just about this kid. It's also about Ninja, because when Ninja says that stuff, he's pretty much saying,
that's what he's thinking himself.
Yeah, he's like, listen, if I want to go ahead and make a motherfucking video,
that's just it.
And I want to release this shit. I should be
treated differently.
I need to be treated differently because I'm fucking Ninja.
That's right.
Fuck this Jarvis, dude. I'm Ninja. I'm on another level of Jarvis. So if Jarvis only deserves a 6-month ban, bro, you better give me a warning. Because I'm Ninja. That's what it comes off as, right?
Oh, you know,
and it's just dumb.
I just saw the greatest title for this podcast, bro.
It's just dumb, bro.
You know that song by who's the girl that sings it? It's a dope fucking song too. It's one of my favorite rock songs. Edge of 17.
There it is. That's the name of the podcast.
God damn.
So, you know, it is what it is. We can talk about this. We can agree to disagree on that.
I think the only place we disagree on is the level, the amount of sympathy given in then where we agree on the ban and everything. Like, that's just the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
But everything else.
Yeah.
Speaking of being bought out, talk about an out and left field fucking play that happened this week, but YouTube bought up Jack Courage Dunlop of 100 Thieves, which coincidentally, right after we were talking about how 100 Thieves would be an interesting place for Mixer to pick up. I wasn't at no point did I think that YouTube would bother trying to swoop in on taking anyone. It's not like Jack is a for them, it would be more like we've got our foot in the door with 100 Thieves.
He's a content creator, though. See, that's what Jack has been doing. Like, he's been doing more.
That's his thing.
And it's more in line with what YouTube wants.
Yes.
Sure, he's a gamer, and that'll help YouTube gaming.
But he's a content creator.
But he's a content creator first.
Yes, yeah.
And there's a production to his shit, and he's made a lot of waves publicly with the whole fucking, what's-her-face singer that he's all about.
Oh,
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande, yeah.
And stuff, so... And he even says that in his video that he makes for it. He wants to create more content.
Yes.
So I think what YouTube's going to do is they're going to probably have the right cameraman, that he might have his own YouTube Red series. I think it's going to be more integrated. I don't think this is a YouTube gaming play. I think this is a YouTube play. I think it's more of like, hey, you know what? We'll have him stream. We'll obviously get him streaming here.
But they're pushing his streaming side way more. And then the guy who runs YouTube Gaming was the one doing all the Twitter promotional talk and everything. So I think it's still about his stream, but I think it's because YouTube Gaming is pushing the what they consider to be their leverage point, being that you can create content and you can live stream, and it's all in one place.
Dude,
and
I'm not gonna lie.
Integrated.
I'm not gonna lie. Their new shit they got is better than fucking Twitch and Mixer.
Here's the problem. Currently, the algorithm, which has been consistently fucked forever
Yeah.
on YouTube and getting worse by the day.
Yeah.
When you live stream on the same channel that you put out content, and your
It
live
pushes
stream
all your stuff.
fucks the Q value
Yep.
of the rest of your content,
Yep.
even if you post the next day.
Yep.
And not in a small way. I mean, it fucks on to the point where Hardware Canucks, who's not a small channel by any means, had to retell everyone again, be like, hey, this video's out. Nobody has seen this video.
Yeah.
And normally they have hundreds of thousands of views. Nobody knows this video exists because they did a live stream previous to it.
Yep.
And then the algorithm just fucked it into the ground.
Dummies it, yeah.
So, like, they have a lot of fucking work to do there before.
What did you see their editing system? Where
the editing
where you
system-
do the live stream and then you can literally like
You can
cut it down, take out chunks of it.
Yes,
fucking you can make your separate
do
videos
all that shit,
and just put it out right on
which
the
is
site.
YouTube's strength.
Yeah.
But it means nothing if you can do all of that, and then the algorithm fucks it into the dirt and nobody sees it.
Unless you're just a live streaming channel, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're actually producing content as well, and you want actual people to have,
but arguably, again, you're better off having a separate channel
channel
to live stream, and then have your bespoke content on a separate channel, so that the Q value stays the far fuck away from each other.
I agree.
So that you don't get boned, because that's YouTube's biggest weakness right now for content creators is that it's becoming harder and
YouTube's
harder.
biggest weakness is it's YouTube.
Yes.
That's.
But I certainly didn't think that we'd be seeing YouTube doing something like this. I would have thought that YouTube would just imagine that people were going to be there.
So what do
if they
you
were
think
gonna be
this
there.
means now? Do you think they buy more people?
Well, it seems like that's what they're going for, right? So, like, I have this here. I'll pull this up on Twitter. So Ryan Wyatt, who is the global head of YouTube gaming, right? Okay, so he has been plugging tweets on YouTube gaming hardcore as fuck here recently, and making it sound like that's the direction they're heading for 2020, is to acquire and bolster their content creator pool for YouTube gaming.
Yo, YouTube gaming, you want to buy up Technical Alpha? I'll be over there.
Just we're probably not going to happen, though.
No, we're not.
Unfortunately,
big enough. Yeah.
We're not even big enough for our own channel's algorithm to fucking send it out to our own people, let alone that.
I'll tell you what, YouTube, you give us what? I don't even know. Give us a 6-figure deal. I'll start streaming over there.
Yeah.
Give us throw us that.
Why not?
I don't need 7 figures.
I'm
Give
in.
us 6.
I'm in for 6.
Give us 6.
This could be an argument for 5. 200 million people. This is a quote. This is a tweet from Ryan White. 200 million people came into YouTube every day to watch gaming. Come into YouTube every day to watch gaming content, making us the biggest gaming platform in the world. I mean, that's kind of fluffed up number, but it is what it is. The ability to do live and upload to grow your audience makes us a unique offering to creators, and we're excited to accelerate our live products. Specifically, the live products in 2020. So that the only thing I can think of for accelerating our live products means we need to find some. We need to find some.
This guy goes, "I'm interested in a multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal. Please contact my agent." And then he posts the fucking
LeBron James getting up from the table and just
carrying his
out.
fucking Louis shit. And all of his.
This guy.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. No, it's so that's what that signals to me, is that that's what they're looking to do. And if we've already seen this,
I like that. I like it. And here's the other thing. Does Mixer now get even more aggressive? Because they go, well, fuck. Now we've got a third party in this, a third guy.
Here's my assumption. I don't think YouTube's spending the money that the other two are on this shit, because I still think YouTube doesn't feel like they have to. Because I think they're looking for hybrid content providers.
Yeah.
Not pure live streamers. They're looking for a hybrid. And I think that if I were to guess that YouTube was going to go deep in on this shit, like a Ninja or the Shroud situation, whatever, then their first public pickup would have been a fuckload bigger than Jack Dunlop Courage. Right? Or Jack Courage Dunlop. Like, that would have been a way bigger play.
Yeah.
So I think that signals the size of the person you're likely to see, and the and the type of creator that you're likely to see YouTube pick up. I still think Mixer is going to be the one throwing around the most money and coming after Twitch's biggest people that they can get their hands on. That plays, like we talked about last time, to their specific content bubbles of like maybe a Halo thing can happen here, or another shooter or something in that category, so that they can share people to get our viewer numbers up, which I have. The next topic here is actually speaking about this, the growth of the platforms in this last quarter, because this is where we've been seeing in these last 3 months these pickups, these purchases, and how much of it hasn't moved the needle in the first quarter.
How crazy would it be if Twitch goes the YouTube route and Twitch goes, okay, now each channel has, you know, you can upload and produce content on your Twitch as well. Like we already have VODs and highlights and shit.
You can upload videos directly to Twitch,
but it's not one of those things that's like promoted. You know, you know, I don't know what happens when you upload a video. Does it send an email to everybody?
Twitch is still like. I mean, you can't even get fucking emails to go when you're live.
Exactly.
But like, if you're YouTube's no better at that, honestly.
Yeah.
If you push, I mean, Twitch is obviously pushing live more than anything. Of
course.
You have to go to a separate tab entirely to get to videos, and they've slowly rolled out stuff for organizing videos. Now we can make series and things like that, which has been a big bonus if you're somebody like me that does lots of Let's Plays, and now you can like actually section off those games so people aren't like fucking hunting through.
You can make playlists.
You can make playlists and shit so people aren't hunting for content. And I think they are working towards that. I just don't think that they're particularly putting their foot down the gas to get there,
it's
right?
It's not like a demand.
It's not a priority.
Yeah.
And I don't even think content creators on Twitch are really demanding or wanting that necessarily. I think that most of them are just interested in live.
Well, I think the industry in general is going live instead of VOD.
Premieres are going away, Mark, actually. They're in fact, that's actually a good thing as well to talk about, is Twitch is actually dialing back a bit on some of that video stuff. If I'm not mistaken. I think it's premieres. Is it YouTube premieres that are going away or Twitch's premieres? One or the other. I can't remember which now. And so don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But one of the two are getting rid of their premiering functionality. And I think it was Twitch.
Okay.
But either way, I don't think... Yeah, it's Twitch's. So it's just not a priority for Twitch. And it's understandable because Twitch is forefront live stream. And YouTube, forefront, bespoke, created offline content. So let's talk a bit. I have this here. I have some numbers on the streaming numbers for Mixer and Twitch specifically. There's some stuff here. I think maybe for YouTube as well that I can click through and take a peek at. But for Mixer specifically, since Ninja's moved to the platform, it's actually down in terms of total hours watched on the platform, down 10% roughly. However, interestingly enough, the total hours streamed has increased almost 200%. And this goes alongside almost a complete doubling quarter over quarter of unique channels streaming on the site. So those are the more interesting numbers, right? The total numbers of hours watched has gone down slightly. 10% is not a big deal.
Yeah. But
doubling the number of unique streamers.
Wow.
And the total hours streamed almost 200% as well. That's in a quarter.
That's huge, dude.
Now the interesting thing will be another 6 months from now. Does that sustain?
But now they got
drop?
Shroud, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what. So it will be fun to see how much sustain. Will it sustain? Will it level off? But this is the first quarter that we're seeing this roll through. So that's pretty.
That's substantial.
Substantial, right?
Yeah. That's just a quarter.
That's just in the last quarter. For Twitch has almost seen the complete opposite of that. Mm-hmm. All right. So Twitch has had a slight uptick in hours watched. I think less than 10%. It wasn't very much at all. It was just a little bit of an uptick. But it has continued. If you look at the numbers, it has continued to slide down on the total number of hours streamed, as well as unique channels really dropping hard since quarter
32%?
Since quarter one of this year, they're down 32%.
Yikes.
In terms of total unique channels streaming on the website. which signifies
Oh, there's a correlation, bro.
that doesn't necessarily mean that they're moving to Mixer.
No, but
it tells you that
they're moving.
They're moving.
They're moving
somewhere, either off streaming entirely, or they're
moving,
or they're just moving somewhere else, right? So I'll for you, I can pull this up here so we can see. You can see the Twitch hours watched, just a slight uptick. That looks bigger than it is because of how the graph is, but it's not that much. But they still dominate total hours watched by miles. I mean, it's not even close.
Oh yeah.
And then you can see here the total hours streamed has gone down
slightly.
It's
not in
the quarter before quarter two.
That's a big
quarter
one.
2 is a big drop.
Yeah,
and it's continued to downslide. And then the unique channels is
that's
an
a
actual
massive drop,
almost perfect,
almost half, bro.
almost perfect drop quarter over quarter.
That's like a 40% from the last 2 quarters.
Yeah, it's pretty much a straight line. So that's an interesting development, to say the least. And then for Mixer, you can see the total hours watched has dropped slightly, that 10%. But look at the hours streamed has really substantially.
And wait till Shroud's on there, bro.
Yeah, so this will be the next. So the next quarter will be interesting because we'll see how much staying power Ninja's influence had, and then to see when you stack Shroud on there, how much continues to happen from there. And then you can see the unique channels has gone from 1.95 mil to 3.9 mil in 1 quarter.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Right?
Interesting.
And that's not unique channels. That's unique again. So that's not just somebody might think that was people creating accounts to follow Ninja or whatever. No. That's unique channels streaming specifically on the platform.
Yep.
And then we can see some YouTube Live. YouTube is stagnant for total hours watched.
Down.
Hours streamed has dropped, and unique channels again has dropped pretty substantially quarter to quarter for them as well. So of everyone right now in terms of growth,
Mixer's crushing
it right now.
Crushing it.
Substantially.
And they're going to continue to, because you don't see Twitch getting any bigger, right? Like the Twitch is at this point needs to maintain and be the leader and innovate. Mixer right now has everything to gain at this point, especially if they keep buying up these streamers. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going up.
Yeah, and again, clarifying, the numbers dropped and gained. We're not talking about bot channels or anything like that. Those are channels streaming specifically. So a channel that has actually pressed the go live button and has done some shit. And yeah, there are some channels that are bots that go live, but it's not
nothing significant.
That many.
Yeah.
To say the least.
But at the end of the day, too, Twitch isn't hurting.
No, they're not.
Twitch is still crushing.
Their lead is still huge.
Oh, massive.
And it's enormous, especially in terms of hours watched specifically. But
they see somebody in the rearview mirror now. Before they didn't see anybody.
And now
there's somebody in the far. Yeah, now there's somebody in the far distance.
There's that heat haze on the road, but you can make out headlights.
Exactly.
They're there.
We'll see where we're at in another 2 quarters.
Yes.
And then maybe they're a little bit closer.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I still think there's always going to be a big gap for quite some time.
You know what the side view mirrors say on cars, Jeff? Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
Ooh. Oh, shit. There you go.
But no, they're so far ahead. But the numbers that are really interesting are the unique channel streaming diving hard.
Yep.
And and then that's and then the unique, any of that unique stuff. Not necessarily just hours watched. That is a good metric for sure, and an important one for them advertising wise. But when you start seeing that many people move, that's a big thing.
I'm very curious to see what the pay is like on Mixer. Like.
In what way?
In every way. So in terms of subscriber rates,
I think their splits are the same.
And CPM rates for ads.
They dropped the subscription to match Twitch's. It was a little higher before; it was a little more expensive. But now it's the $4.99 or whatever. Yeah. So now the split, whatever. I'm assuming
it's still
50-50.
With you can bump up depending on your size.
Yeah, I would
obviously
that's the case. Yeah, I mean that's just industry standard. That's parity, right? But it's not like Mixer doesn't have the other revenue avenues that Twitch has.
Yeah, the sponsorship stuff, the bounty boards,
the bounty boards,
all that stuff, man. Twitch has really stepped it up.
I've just casually been a partner for 6 years, still can't get a bounty board.
Give this man a bounty board already. Damn it. Give him a bounty board.
Been here since Justin TV.
Oh, my
I've sent in
goodness.
like 4 emails.
I know. I just did a bounty like yesterday or day before yesterday.
I'm getting ghosted like bitches on 90 Day Fiance.
That show's fire.
Dude, did you started it? Did you start
90
watching
Day Fiance?
some? Yeah.
Bro, we've watched seasons of that shit.
But Em and I have just been watching.
You just started?
When we went to Cape Breton and we had the satellite TV. It's all we had on.
Bro.
And then we got hooked.
Bro.
And now we're like we're playing catch up right
bro,
now.
we've watched. Kayla and I watched them all.
Oh, bro.
We watched them all. It was our
That-
every
that is
every
a-
Sunday thing.
That is
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
The guilty pleasure is off the charts.
Oh, bro.
on that show.
It's amazing. And it gets better.
It's not-
And more dumb.
Where the fuck do they find some of these people?
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
So good. So yeah, there you go. So I found that really interesting. Those numbers were quite something. Moving on from that, Death Stranding comes out for everyone else to play, I believe, tonight or tomorrow.
I think it's today.
Like midnight tonight or something that goes.
Shit tons of people are playing now. On Twitch.
Lots and lots of the review embargo lifted, so we've got lots of reviews rolling through, and they are divisive as fuck. This is either getting like into the 10 category or into the 2 category. This is fuck it, which is not surprising.
I think it's a good thing.
It's not surprising given what the game is.
Yeah.
It's a Kojima game. Kojima's fucking weird, and the game doesn't have a lot of game in it, so it's going to come down to, do you like Kojima's weird shit, and do you care how much gaming you actually do when you play this game? I mean, there's like a 2-hour plus long cutscene at the end of the game.
It's an interactive movie
that tries to describe to you what the fuck you just did for like 30 hours before.
Sweet.
Like it's. And there's no real game for 10 to 15 hours of the opening of that game. So it really comes down to, do you like it? A lot of people, the ones that are not so happy with it, are obviously not pleased with the game portion of it. But also, it seems that the general consensus is you either think that Kojima's a genius, or you think that this game is just hyper self-indulgent, which I think is probably more accurate, to be honest with you, because even Kojima came out and said, I don't even 100% understand this game. And that motherfucker made the game. So I think if that doesn't signal to you that this is some self-indulgent shit where he's pulled in every celebrity that he can pull off the street and slam into this game and make some weird, freaky shit, that's pretty much what we got here.
Yeah.
And you're either gonna be on board for that freaky shit.
Well, it reminds
or
me,
not.
I think what it's going to be like it's going to be sort of like a Christopher Nolan movie. You know what I mean?
I think this is closer to a who did Moonrise Kingdom or whatever, the guy who does with Bill Murray all the time. He does like all the artsy fartsy movies with Bill Murray.
I don't know.
Like specifically fucking Bill Murray.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about. I think the Christopher Nolan thing might be. I'm saying Christopher Nolan because of his clout, where everybody's excited.
Wes
for it.
Anderson.
Oh, Wes Anderson.
This is like Wes Anderson with Christopher Nolan's clout.
Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah. So it's like you're either gonna love the art in it and the vision, and you're kind of on that wavelength with him, or you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what in the absolute fuck? Because when you're creating a game that is supposed to be so commercial, and for everybody, and it's not for everybody.
This is definitely
I know,
not for everyone.
but bro, it's being sold that everybody needs to play this game
because
right?
it's Hideo Kojima.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the Christopher Nolan,
You
right?
have to.
It's Christopher Nolan. You got to go see Christopher
You're
Nolan.
not allowed
movie,
to poo-poo.
you know, but
Hideo Kojima.
Wes Anderson, you're going. He's hit or miss, right? It's either I'm going to connect with one of his films fully.
You either
and
like
this guy's
Wes Anderson
a fucking
films,
genius,
or you don't.
or you don't.
Yeah.
And I think what we've got right now is we've got a game that's everywhere. Everyone's talking about it, but it's got that Wes Anderson type thing to it, where it's artsy fartsy. It's a bit indulgent. It's a bit pretentious.
A little navel gazing.
A little bit like a little drugs mixed in, where you're going, what in the fuck?
Those babies and bottles.
And some people are going to get on board, and then some people are going to go, fuck you. It's like the Joker movie, the new one. You've got people that are like, God damn it, yes. And then you've got people who are going, I was fucking bored. That isn't what the fuck I wanted. Where was the action in the Joker movie?
So
Where was this?
I think that's 100% where the reviews are going to be very important for this, where people are going to hopefully have a reviewer that they know they gel with in terms of your taste.
I got something better.
Right?
Go buy it and just fucking enjoy it or not enjoy. Like, just go do it yourself.
Well, no. In terms of, I mean, well, the reviewers are important for games now because games are so fucking expensive, right? So before somebody goes out, I'm not saying go spoil yourself on the game, but for movie reviews or game reviews, the most important thing isn't necessarily what everyone thinks about the reviewer. It's what you think about the reviewer.
Yep.
Because you want to find a reviewer that over time. You see a review, they give it a positive review. You go play the game, and you have exact same thought.
taste.
Then you know that when they say something, you don't have to read the review. You see the score, you go,
I'm in.
If I don't want to risk
You
being
need a
spoiled,
confirmation.
if I don't want to risk being spoiled, but I want to go spend $90,
Let's go do it.
let's go spend $90. And with Death Stranding, there has, I mean, the biggest question in people's minds for this game is, what the fuck is Death Stranding? So you don't even know what you're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
So for $90, you either throw in the dice on that bad boy, or you need to find a reviewer that you know and trust to say, okay, they played it. This is how they feel. That's probably how I'm going to feel, and then
that makes
go
me
from
excited
there.
though. I like that shit. I don't like when most of the time when games come out, and it's like fucking 10 out of 10 or fucking 9 point something. And it's usually just average as fuck, bro. I'm just like, everybody's bought out. Everybody's got a fucking agenda, And this type of game too, it's so out there, it's different that doing a bad review or if you just don't fully understand it, it's great clickbait. People are going to want to see what you say about it. At the end of the day, you take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying reviews are pointless.
No.
But I get excited when I see these types of things.
Yeah.
I get excited
If it's super divisive.
when I see a critic score
Yeah.
of like fucking 13%, but then I see an audience score of 90%.
Oh, sure.
I go, whoa. Okay,
This is
something's
more
going on
like
here.
critics are 10 and 2, and audience is 10 and 2.
Yeah.
And so
but
it's
I like
everyone.
that because
Everyone
either
is
I'm
like,
gonna love this shit or I'm gonna hate this
Yeah,
shit. There's no
exactly.
in between, and I think I like.
sometimes that's good though. Like,
need a
like you're
break.
right, because sometimes, and you hope that it's the like part,
Of course.
because it's in
Of
those
course.
times when you know it's super divisive.
Of course.
When you hop in and those are the ones that, because they're so different from everything else, that you enjoy it 1,000 times more because it's so different.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel something versus just playing a game that's like good, but it's the same as
Is it
everything
really
else.
a 9 or a 10?
So it's kind of like
what I mean?
whatever.
And what's great about this too is there's a crowd to pander to too. So if somebody buys it and they finish the game, and they hated it, they don't have to feel bad about hating it. They go out there and they go on the hate corner. Yeah, this is fucking stupid. If it's great, you praise the fucking gods. You're like, bro, this thing was a fucking. You guys just didn't understand it.
Yeah,
it fucking spoke to my soul. But that's
where
the type.
It's gonna get at
that's
too,
where it is, bro. It's gonna be a cult. It's either it's gonna be a cult hit.
Yes.
Or I think it's gonna be a cult hit regardless. But I think it's gonna be a cult hit where it goes. It's a hit, but then you've got the haters, and then I think maybe over time, the haters they revisit it and they go, whoa. This guy might have actually been a fucking genius here. We just didn't get it.
It's like The Room.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. When you get decisive shit like this, sometimes it takes a decade before people go, holy fuck, I see. You know what I mean? Imagine he comes up with another game.
I don't think the themes in this are so deep that it's going to take a decade for people to find out.
Right?
But like I
like it.
It's fun when that shit happens.
I like it.
It is fun.
I think it's
and
cool.
it's Kojima, and it's gonna. I don't think if he has one game that's like that ends up erring on the side of being a bit of a dud,
it's not going to hurt him, bro. It's not going to hurt him.
But it is, and you have to know. I think that's just it. Is that going into this game, if you don't already know what Hideo Kojima is about, then you probably shouldn't play this game.
Yeah.
Would be my best way of going about saying this.
Yeah.
Because Hideo Kojima is he is an intelligent guy, and he steps outside the box, but not in a way that's going to blow your mind in necessarily a good way. You have to like a certain brand of crazy, and if you know what you're getting into, you're probably going to enjoy it.
He just doesn't like being in the box. He's like, fuck you. I'm just going to do
some weird shit.
I'm going to do weird shit to do
I'm
weird
gonna have a baby
shit.
coming out of somebody's esophagus.
Why
Fuck
not?
you.
Yeah, deal with it.
You like Conan O'Brien? He's going to be in the game.
Why not?
Why? Don't know, but he's there. Norman Reedus, we got him. He's naked. Like, just some weird shit. It's just some weird shit.
Hell yeah.
Just anything he has hands on, it's the way it is. BlizzCon is next up.
That happened.
Yeah, it happened, and not much fanfare. Lots of things were in there that people probably should be a lot more excited about.
Yeah.
but because of what's going on, and also I think just what was shown, it's a meh fest. So it was pretty much all trailers, right? Or cinematics. We can call them trailers. Cinematics, right?
A little bit of gameplay footage.
And some gameplay footage was put alongside them. But, you know, the cinematics, as always with Blizzard, look fantastic, sound great. There's no surprise when they come out with a cinematic that's fire, right? And that's what we got with pretty much all of this shit. Let's talk about it a little bit. I watched all the trailers and stuff. Did you see the cinematics for these games?
I didn't watch all of them. I skimmed through it, but I did watch
I would watch
Diablo.
them live, but they're like 8 minutes apiece.
Fuck that, bro.
So
I don't care. I don't care about Diablo 4 enough to. I watched probably 3 minutes of it.
Yeah.
The Overwatch 2, I clicked on it because I wanted to see if the game changed.
Right.
I just turned it off. Said it's Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
Reskinned. It's basically Fortnite 2, Overwatch 2 with a price tag.
So. We'll start with D4.
Sure. That's the big
D4
one.
happened.
Yeah.
They didn't really talk about, coincidentally, Diablo Immortals or whatever the fuck, the phone game, which I thought was hilarious to me. You know, just the fact that it's like we're
Has it never been mentioned at all?
I didn't hear. I haven't seen anything in social media except for somebody saying they really didn't talk at all about
Smart move.
This game. Smart. So they didn't really talk about it while they pushed this other Diablo thing forward, which is great. Diablo 4, the big cinematic. And then they had a demo on the floor that you could play. Panic actually got a chance to play it when he was there. It was like a 20, I think, minute demo of some kind, and you could see video of that as well on YouTube. Cinematic itself, like we said, fire.
Yep.
Closer to the original Diablo in terms of it being super dark, super
and aesthetically,
gory, super gory.
Yeah.
You know, like closer to the original Diablo D2. And then we got the crazy reveal of Lilith, which Lilith looked. There was one scene of the whole thing where you see just Lilith's face and everything, and just that one screen was the entire cinematic for me. That was the best part of the entire cinematic. Everything else for me was fucking whatever. But then we saw the gameplay, and I'm gonna be real with you, bro. The game looks like it came out in 2016.
It looks pretty.
It looks like it came out in 2016.
I think that's like the color palette and shit that they went with. I think they were looking for the.
No, I'm talking the animations. I'm talking the graphics. I'm talking. It looks like it came out in 2016. The gameplay looks like 2016. I mean, nothing about that game screamed, "I'm coming out in 2021 or 2020, whenever the fuck this game's coming." Which obviously is Blizzard. We don't have a release date.
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
So this game comes out in 2021, and it looks anything it even resembles what I saw in that.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it real.
It did not look.
I'm gonna keep it fucking real. I'm gonna keep it 100. People scream for Diablo 4 because Diablo 3 was so fucking garbage.
Especially at launch.
It's gotten better.
It took 3 years to get there.
Yes.
But it got there.
But now people are calling this Diablo 3 because not only does it look like it should have been come out when Diablo 3 came out, but on top of that, they're trying to right a wrong here. But here's the crazy thing. Diablo 4, in my opinion, is too late. I think Diablo 4 at this point, people scream for it, and now that it's coming, people are going, okay.
I they have time, and I'm hoping,
bro. There's zero hype.
But there are things. The big question for me with Diablo will be, what is going to be the microtransactions? Where's the money coming in?
I don't even give a fuck about the microtransactions. What I'm seeing,
where's the money?
What I'm seeing is nobody. You know what people are talking about right now? Still Fortnite.
Of course.
Fuck Diablo right now, bro.
Well, I mean, Diablo was never going to be a contender with Fortnite.
Bro, we're talking about a company that has just gone downhill so incredibly much. This was their fucking trump card, bro.
If they did this last year,
and not talked about their goddamn mobile game,
then this would have gone over
way better,
so much better.
But
than
all
it
this
did.
shit has happened.
Yeah,
and now they're doing this, and it looks like they're doing it to save face. Honest to fuck. Like, it literally looks like...
Even though I don't think it is.
I believe that they were planning to do this.
Unfortunately...
But what does it look like? It looks like the only thing that are going to get people to cheer at this fucking event...
is don't talk about the mobile one and put this one out.
And put Diablo 4 out there.
Yes, yeah.
And not just put a teaser trailer. Give them gameplay footage.
Yeah.
Go. That's what it looked like. It looked like save face. And for me, I don't care about Diablo anyway, but even for my Diablo people that... in my community and stuff that talk about Diablo, I'm not seeing this pumped up excitement, dude. I'm not seeing the oorah. I mean, for Christ's sake, Warcraft 3 remake was supposed to be out this year.
Yeah, that keeps getting pushed off.
That just keeps getting pushed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there is. I mean, we know there are lots of people excited about Diablo 4.
Of course, there's people excited,
always
but
gonna be
I mean,
excited.
come on.
But
like,
it's not gonna have the pomp and circumstance of other releases,
No.
and it's not what it would have been if they had done this like last year or some shit. And I want Diablo 4 to be good because I don't hate that genre. I'd love to have something to go to once in a while, do some looting, do whatever the fuck. But man alive, does that game look dated, and it ain't even out of the gates yet. It looks old. And that's not to say that it can't be fun. There are games from 2016 they're a blast. But if I'm seeing Blizzard come out with their flagship Diablo 4 and the shit looks like it's 4 years old and it's still 2 years before it comes out, that's not a good look to start.
Oh.
And if it really is alpha, don't put a fucking demo out.
Well, they have to, right? Because they have to save face.
Don't, they just show the gameplay. Don't let people
actually physically play it.
and then make the gameplay look as good as humanly possible.
Throw some money at this trailer.
At the gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
And then walk the fuck away. And then in a year's time, hope that by then you can get a demo together that gets people excited, because there's always going to be Diablo fans. Diablo would have to be literal dog shit before those people would walk away from it. But this does not, for me as a Blizzard game, this does not look like a Blizzard quality game even in the early showings.
I agree.
Also, Overwatch 2, Chapter 2, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Overwatch the sequel, Overwatch the pre-sequel, Overwatch the director's cut. That looks
bad.
I mean, I played a lot of Overwatch up front when the game
looks
came
bad,
out.
Adam. Just say it, bro. It looks bad.
I don't want to hate on everything that I saw at this fucking show.
It looked bad.
But fuck me.
It looked lazy.
If that didn't look like the most phoned in.
Bruh.
That didn't just look like an old game. That looked like an old indie game that somebody put out, where they just put out like little packages of capture the point.
It was bad.
And then put that out. That's what that looks like to me.
Bad.
That looks like
It looks bad.
it looks bad.
Thank you.
It looks like a snooze fest.
It looked, bro.
Beyond belief. Holy fuck.
Was there anybody actually excited about that? Like, truthfully?
Probably, because apparently that's what the community is asking for, because the majority of the community is actually PvE people and not the PvP, because the PvP is
dog shit.
Hot garbage. But dude, it's not for this proved to me that Overwatch is never going to be a game again, because I played like a couple hundred hours of that game. It's never again going to be a game that I'm interested in, because whatever the hell that was, ain't it.
No, it ain't it, bro.
It was bad.
It ain't it, bro.
There was nothing exciting about it. Everything looked like nothing really looked.
It ain't it.
It looked bad. I'm trying to think of like.
Thank you.
Trying to think
that's what I've been saying for a minute.
I'm trying to think of like
bad.
Like of detail. Like I don't want to just say it looked bad. I want to give detail, but the reality is it was all bad. There was no like singular moment or like micro cut. All of it was bad.
It's horrible.
Trailer or the cinematic, dope.
Yeah,
because
Blizzard,
really good.
You know what Blizzard should
making
do?
Cinematic, just make movies.
Make movies
and stop there.
Come out with an Overwatch fucking Pixar like movie and go make $1 billion at the box office.
Don't try and do live action Warcraft again.
Don't,
please.
It's not for you.
But cinematics,
make some animated films.
You can do that shit.
Go.
But the game thing right now,
it ain't working for you.
Fuck.
It ain't working.
Now, thankfully, it's just optional stuff that's being tacked on to the PvP section that you can choose to get into. It's not like you have to buy a brand new game, whatever the fuck. So it's basically what they've been doing with these PvE packs, these like special events, but now they're making it like a game.
It's what Blizzard's been doing with the StarCraft, with the fucking co-op missions or whatever the hell you can opt to buy these, you know.
I urge you to watch GameSpot's gameplay trailer, because Blizzard's gameplay trailer is exactly what I was talking about, what Diablo needed, because the gameplay trailer that came out of the Overwatch YouTube account was like trying to make it as exciting as like possible and high energy. But then when you see the reality of just a regular ass person playing the fucking game,
exciting stuff.
And it's like 14, 15 minutes of it.
Exciting shit.
Yikes.
Can't wait to get my hands on it.
Yikes. Good Lord. So yeah, and then we got World of Warcraft Shadowlands. Another Warcraft expansion coming out. Big shocker.
I think
on
I
that
called that one.
one. I mean, surprise. I mean, you're not going to win any money if you put bets on that one, Jeff.
Bruh.
Again, cinematic.
Great.
We can see in gameplay for it, but it's Warcraft, so it's going to be more of whatever you
Whatever you're normal.
The thing, all I got of the cinematic was when we watched it in chat when I was streaming the other day was everyone that's big Warcraft fans went, man, they already fucked the lore up, but now, well, there is no lore anymore. We're just
Let's go there.
flying by the seat of our pants.
Let's go there.
We're rolling some dice.
We Star Wars.
It's like Mad Libs Warcraft
They
edition.
just Ryan Johnson did.
It's like they have this big page with like blank areas that you just fill it in. It's like
Hey, why not?
this that okay, yep.
Adam,
we're gonna
this shit's been going on for fucking it'll be going on fucking 2 decades.
It's crazy.
All right? They're just out of ideas, bruh. You know what? We know what would have been a big announcement?
Dude, Savannah showed up and she was like suddenly a Jedi. and she takes the crown and just fucking like rips it in half.
Why not?
And then it's a mirror world.
Why not?
Of like hell and like the thing. Not that helmet ever actually did that. And she's just become like some sort of god.
Great. It's amazing. It's amazing. When can I pre-order?
It looked dope, but like conceptually garbage. Like just if no other lore had ever happened and this was a new game and I watched that trailer, I'd be like, this is fire. And then in the context of World of Warcraft, like what the fuck?
Dumpster fire. Go make a Pixar movie. All right? Go make a Pixar movie. I'll be there.
It's so
That's
bad.
one thing y'all can do right.
Oh shit.
It's over. What's next?
So that was BlizzCon.
That was BlizzCon.
That was BlizzCon. And then, Jay Allen, Chinese cock gobbler, came out on stage and gave his piece that nobody believed anything that came out of his mouth.
Sweet.
And, we're for freedom, but, just not this freedom specifically. Outside of this building. That was it.
Standard.
BlizzCon. Speaking of China is now imposing a video game curfew as it feels addiction is a growing problem with youths. Gamers, and this is big. The reason why I had this in here is this is big news because China is a massive market for games, right? Gamers under the age of 18 will be banned from playing online between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. They will also only be allowed 90 minutes of gaming on weekdays and a maximum 3 hours on weekends and holidays, which is pretty substantial for a market as big as China in terms of, revenue.
I'm just going to say it. China's fucked, bro.
It's a pretty wild place.
Bro.
But wait.
Yeah.
There's more.
Bro.
And also, there is a spending limit.
Bro.
Ages 8 to 16 can spend a maximum of roughly $30 a month on games. Ages 16 to 18 can spend up to $60.
Bro, dude, that's a big nope from me, dog. I mean, they ain't got no choice because this is how the government is.
It's not like they woke up and went, man, I love living in China.
Yeah, nah, dude, that's fucked. That is
the most fucked thing is the social points system that they have going on right now. That's the really fucking crazy part. But all of this shit's crazy.
They fucking straight up playing parent. They're like, bro, you got 90 minutes on the weekdays. You got up to 3 hours on weekends and holidays, motherfucker.
The government dystopia in China right now is fucking wild.
Shit, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck
Nuts.
me senseless.
So there you go. That was something. And then moving on, last piece of gaming news we got this week is that Red Dead Redemption 2 officially launched on the PC, and my God, is it broken.
Oh, it is.
Like crazy broken.
Yes.
Like nobody can run the game.
There's a bunch of RP streamers that are over there RPing with it right now. I mean, there's no pixel server or anything, but people are just online fucking around, and
it is crashing left, right, and center.
A lot of yeah. There's
the
a lot of
the launcher, the GTA launcher, whatever the fuck, the Rockstar launcher is taking up massive amounts of CPU in the background.
I'm gonna wait a little while. I bought the game and installed it, but I'm gonna hold out.
And then what's more is that, for better or worse, they're really making it a game that's pushing PCs. 2080 Ti's are struggling with the upper ends of the graphic settings in this game. It's a $2,000 graphics card.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to be honest with you. The game looks good. Doesn't look
That good.
That good.
You better have your $6,000 PC. Wait,
Just in graphics cards.
you still gonna struggle.
Still going to have a hard time. Yeah, it's a little rough. There you go, Jeff. That's the end of gaming news.
All right.
It's time to move into sellout mode.
Well, if you guys are enjoying this stream, I know a lot of you guys are new coming from my stream. What you can do is hit that follow button. We do this podcast every Thursday, right at around 3 p.m. Eastern. Start a little later today because Adam had some church stuff, and then I was in the middle of something. But typically, it's 3 p.m. Eastern.
That's right.
Every Thursday. You can also watch the VODs here on this channel if you're a sub, and they're also free to watch on YouTube, which gets posted the same night. youtube.com/Life'sAGlitchTV. Link is in the description. If you guys are really enjoying the stream, you can become a supporter on Patreon. Every dollar goes towards keeping this thing alive and keeps us...
Currently going towards paying this room off.
Yeah, but we appreciate it. I mean, this is a big step up for us, and we're still got a few things to add here to make the experience a little bit better. But yeah, that's patreon.com/LAGTV, LAGTV. And you also get some perks, a bunch of merch and stuff we're shipping out. And also want to give a shout out and a big thank you to our sponsor, NordVPN. If you guys are interested in a virtual private network, you can click on the link in the description below or type in !NordVPN in the chat. Bot will post a link. Use that promo code OTT. That is OTT, 70% off. On a 3-year term. That's less than a cup of coffee a month. And go ahead and pick it up. Stay secured and anonymous on the interwebs. If you watch Netflix and you want to watch a different region, you can, not going to lie, I might dabble in that from time to time. And you can use up to 6 simultaneous devices. That is, we're talking iPads, phones, TVs, computer, up to 6 simultaneous connections. The speeds are the best in the game. Price is great. What other things are there?
They allow P2P.
Yes, peer-to-peer. Full refund back if you do this. If you don't like the service after 30 days, money back guarantee. So try it out. And once again, !NordVPN. They are a supporter of the stream. So if you guys are looking to get a virtual private network, keep us in mind, keep NordVPN in mind, and use that promo code OTT. Link will be in the description of this YouTube video if you're listening to this on all of the RSS feeds. So just head on over to YouTube, click on that, or you can go to the website when you check out. Just make sure to use the promo code OTT.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
Boom.
Jeff, it's time for...
movies and TV.
Remember the Mighty Ducks?
I do.
Fire.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
Got a little weird the longer the movies went on, but the first two,
yeah, it's make you
pretty
feel
damn good.
Make you feel good movies.
And you can't if you're a Canadian and you saw those movies growing up and you didn't.
I'm sorry.
What? Oh, the my new emote. You like that?
No, not that. No, but that
Okay.
is funny too. I heard gaming goes, if you live in China and you want to play longer hours, NordVPN. You want to break curfew and you want to do it on the low? NordVPN works in China.
That's right.
It does.
It does. It will go through the Great Wall.
It will go through the Great Wall. Now, if you get caught and you get killed for it,
that's not on us.
That's not on us.
That's not us.
You know the risks.
That's right.
All right? You know the risks.
But
kind of like us.
But if you're 17, maybe we'll sympathize with you.
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
The Mighty Ducks was fire.
Oh, fuck.
It was fire. And if you were Canadian and you watched that shit and you didn't immediately go outside and try a knuckle puck, were you really?
Dude, I still talk about the flying V.
The flying V, bro.
The flying V.
That's right.
I still talk about it.
So the Mighty Ducks is getting rebooted. I didn't know that this was already a known thing, but it's actually going ahead now. Like it is in process now.
Yes.
The Mighty Ducks coming back.
Yes.
What the fuck happened to what's his name? That was the guy, the coach.
The coach.
Oh fuck, what's the actor's name?
I forget his name. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Anyway, what the fuck happened to him?
I don't know.
It's like he just up and fucking left after
I'm
Mighty
sure he'll
Ducks.
be back.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm sure.
Emilio Estevez,
There you
that's
go.
it.
I'm sure he will be back for some more Mighty Ducks.
Man,
That's going to be the
I
special sauce.
I haven't seen him literally since the Mighty Ducks, so I don't even know what the dude looks like at this point.
I'm actually going to Google. I'm going to IMDb him right now.
You know who I always got him confused with? Or
Sheen?
growing up, yeah, Sheen.
Yep.
They look freakishly similar.
They look very similar.
Very similar. Emilio Estevez.
There he is.
Yeah, I don't know what he did after the Mighty Ducks, but I'm sure he's done some stuff, just not anything that anyone ever saw, pretty much ever.
All right, so he's 57 now.
What, they're brothers? Fuck off. They're brothers? Come on now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you
dude.
blowing my mind right now?
Yeah.
Because my mind is being blown.
Martin Sheen is his dad.
Fucking no way.
They all look the same. Let me see here.
Okay, is this different mothers, or did he just choose a different name to say fuck it?
Let me see here.
Because now I need the rest of these details.
I want to see if. Fuck, it doesn't say he's been doing. Oh no, he only did one movie in 2018 called The Public. Before then, he was only doing some voice acting in 2012. He was in one episode on 2.5 Men. He hasn't done virtually. Bro, he made his money and dipped.
Oh, he took his mom's name and just to
Probably to
separate
differentiate himself from his brothers.
Yeah.
Instead of being under the.
Yeah.
But yeah, there it is. It doesn't say he's announced for the Mighty Ducks, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, so Sheen was the name that Martin Sheen took when he started in movies. Oh, okay, now it's all coming together now. Oh, well, that makes way more sense then. So younger me wasn't completely crazy. There you go. No tiger blood for him, though.
No tiger blood.
Dude's an animal. So yeah, I don't know when it's coming or anything. I just thought it was funny that it's redoing it, but it makes sense to me. I'm down for it. I'm there for it. Hopefully we get Emilio back.
I think he'll be there.
A little cameo
At least
action.
a cameo, or he might actually be the coach, like
Could be.
Coming out of retirement, like an older guy, fucking.
What is it? What, is this going to be like a fucking Karate Kid, where they get him and then they get the coach from the other team that gave him the injury, that slashed his leg, that gave him the
Why
injury,
not?
and they're both old men. They come back and then
maybe
they
he's
do-
actually a hockey player, and he goes into like the beer league, and then goes in there. He's got to like face his rival, on the ice.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Crazy.
Who knows?
Crazy. Other than that, the only thing I have here is that Bond 25, so No Time to Die, which finally got its name finally, release date finally, and now we know how much the movie cost to make. $250 million.
Wow.
Which is $5 million more than Spectre's budget at $245 million. And I was interested in as to why the fuck these movies were so expensive, and as it turns out, it's because almost all the effects in the movie are practical effects.
Yeah.
So they're not,
and they make $1 billion.
yes, so they can spend the money.
Yeah.
But in terms of why they're so expensive, it's largely the practical effects, including in one of it might have been Spectre or whatever. I think it was Spectre, but that includes an explosion that set a Guinness World Record. So they're going big with these practical effects.
It's a lot of money. So for those that don't know, $250 million budget is actually in the realm between $450 and $500 million after advertisement.
Yes, exactly.
It's usually double. It's
Yeah.
almost double.
Yeah.
And in some cases, even more for marketing. So in order for this movie to make money, it's going to have to make $500,000 or $500 million, which we'll probably do it in its sleep. But
Yes.
God damn, that's a lot of money for a Bond movie. And the thing is you wouldn't really think it costs that much because it's practical.
Yeah.
Usually you think special effects
Tends to cost
more. And in some cases it does, depending on
what kind of special effects you're talking about. Yeah.
But damn.
Yeah, it's some big money.
Damn.
Some big money. I'm excited for it. I've liked Daniel Craig as Bond.
I do too. He's actually my favorite Bond.
Yeah, same here. And all of the movies that he's done have actually all been pretty good.
And he's so miserable now, but they pay him so much money. He's like, I'll do it.
I'll come
Fuck
back.
it. Yeah.
I think that makes Bond better.
Yeah.
Because his Bond is actually kind of like the bitter
he's
Bond.
Yeah, he is bitter.
He's bitter.
Yeah, he's just salty. It's like he doesn't want to be
which
there.
He should be, because really they killed his girlfriend or whatever the fuck. So he's been bitter all this time. And I'm there for it. I'm there for more Daniel Craig. But and we've talked about this before. Do we know who the next Bond is going to be yet? I don't think they've announced that yet.
Nope.
That's going to be crazy.
Dude, I think they're just trying to keep Daniel Craig for as long as humanly possible.
I think this is...
And that's it. I think
this is the one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think he's going to get one more?
I think he's going to do one more.
He's starting to age.
And I think the baton will be passed.
Okay.
I think what's going to...
In movie passing?
I think...
Or just passing in general?
I think in movie. I think something's going to happen.
Really?
I think maybe...
Are we getting female Bond?
No, fuck no. I think maybe Daniel Craig might die, and then a new Bond will come.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I think that'd be cool. Instead of him just kind of leaving and then like somebody else is kind of taking over, I think it'd be cool if a new 007 happened, or they make it seem like Bond is dead and then they go with like a different 00 agent.
I think the next Bond is still going to be Bond, but I think I think there's not going to be any continuity. I think you're either going to get Black Bond or Girl Bond.
There'll be no Girl Bond. I can guarantee that. Dude, it's just not going to happen because the world will implode, and we're not even talking. I'm not even talking.
Physics will get involved at some point.
I'm not even talking about like because it's cool to do that shit, and it's starting to become not cool to do that. Like I think we've turned that leaf. But James Bond is like one of those characters that they will never turn female. They just won't. They just fucking won't. I could see Black Bond. I could see Hispanic Bond. I could see
Chinese
Bond. I could actually really see a Chinese Bond pandering to the Chinese market.
Yeah.
I see Black Bond before I see any of those.
You know what really threw me for a loop? So on the plane to California, we were obviously watching a shitload of movies because we were on the plane for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
One of them was Men in Black International.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, not a great movie.
Dog shit, bro. Dog shit.
But the thing that really stood out to me, not in like necessarily a negative way, but just in a it wasn't even hidden, is that this was a 10-cent partially backed this movie, right? 10-cent films. And when they were going through the alien airports or like anything, it was English, and then the only other language that was spoken, Mandarin.
Of course.
And it was like, I got why, I understood it, but it was like it wasn't even like hidden anymore. It was just blatant.
Of course.
10-cent back this. We're getting some Mandarin in here.
Yep. If they're, you know what?
As much as we can.
What America needs for China is they need a Asian superstar.
Yeah.
Right? They need they need somebody on Jackie Chan
that
level.
Isn't just doing kung fu movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
America needs an Asian movie star.
Mm-hmm.
Once that happens, bro, that movie star is going to make so much goddamn money.
Oh, it's a lot of money.
And they're going to pander so much, even more to the Asian market. I think if they can end up finding a guy or a gal, but mostly a guy, you're going to see a lot more stuff. But yeah, my vote is still on Idris Elba for the next Bond. That's what my vote is on.
Yeah.
Either that or it's going to be Henry Cavill. I think it's going to be between those two.
God, I hope it's Idris Elba between those two.
Yeah, me too. But it wouldn't surprise me to see
Henry
Cavill do it because
can't act for shit. Not even like in a James Bond way.
I know, but I think it's going to be one of those two dudes.
Yeah.
And I hope it's Idris Elba because that'd be incredible.
Yes, for sure. There you go.
That's it.
That's all I had.
There's really
nothing else.
It's quiet.
It's quiet.
Tech support.
Ladies and gentlemen, patreon.com/LagTV. $10 and higher as a Patreon. Every week we post something up. We put a post up that you can post your questions on.
Yep.
And then we answer said questions. And that's what we're about to do right now. Let's get a quick little refresh. Make sure there's not been any more come in. We're good to go. Shady asks, what's your favorite and least favorite thing about your career?
My favorite thing about my career? Right now? Or are we talking like ever? Like what are we talking about? Like in the moment right now?
Yeah, just right now. What's the
Right now is that I work from home and I get to see my boy when I want, even though it's not like extreme quality time. But the fact that I know he's upstairs and he can come down, see me, or I can go up, and I can make my own hours is great. I think that's going to be an even bigger blessing as he gets older.
Of course, yeah.
And I start to kind of wean out a little bit.
Yeah.
Then it'll be like, that'll literally be the dream.
Yeah.
Because then I can go, okay, this is the days I'll take off. These are my hours. If something's going on in his life, then I'll be able to just work around that instead of
Yeah.
being forced to be that 9 to 5 where your boss is like, dude, I don't give a fuck what your son is in. You're gonna go to work. So that's definitely my favorite part. My least favorite part about my work, the easy answer would be negativity and hate, but that's not it. My least favorite part is I have to work all the time to stay where I'm at. So in terms of
Maintaining relevancy.
Yeah. To make the money that I make, to have the growth that I'm having, I have to be available all the fucking time. We're not talking just a regular 6 to 8 hour day. Yes, those days will happen, and I can afford those days from time to time. But true growth, true relevancy, true, just growth requires constant availability. Like unhealthy amount of constant availability. And that's the part that I hate. I wish I could have the same level of success with the least with less demand on me to be there personally. So that's why I really resonated with what Mark Cuban said about Ninja and them moving over and getting the big paychecks and not having that pressure, because it's constant pressure.
Yeah.
And then when you're on all the time, it adds pressure in other areas of your life. And so it becomes this big fucking all-consuming bubble.
Yeah.
So that's my least favorite part of it, for sure. And it's almost always been that way.
Yeah. I'm similar. I like my favorite part about this is working for myself. So choosing my hours. So if I want to work a long day, I can. If I need a day off, if I'm needed like for a family thing or whatever the fuck,
you take it.
Short notice. There are very few things that would get in the way of me not being able to do that.
Yeah.
That's
like a sponsored event or something.
Exactly.
Right? Where you're
that's
contractually obligated to be there.
That's really it.
And it's rare.
And then so that's the biggest positive. And then my least favorite part of it is it's the same. It's there is a constant battle between how many hours do I work to maintain, how many hours do I work to
get ahead,
grow, and then not overwork yourself into the ground.
Yeah.
And that's what like recently has made me realize that I need to consider making this a secondary income and not primary.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is, personally, I as much as I don't mind putting in the occasional 12-hour day, I don't want that to continue to be
the thing
that I do.
Yeah.
Because I blew my entire 20s. I have no debt. I'm fine. I could live on my own, do whatever the fuck, which is more than lots of people can say.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm fucking miles ahead.
Yeah.
So I have to look at it and go, my 20s are gone. I'm into my 30s. And working 12 hours a day to just continue to not experience any form of life, which is why I haven't shied away from spending all the money I did this year with travel and everything else.
Dude.
Is that I'm trying to find a better work-life balance. I don't mind if I only get 7 hours out of an 8-hour day. Like, I don't shoot myself
a normal
anymore.
work day.
It's like 7 hours. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Considering I literally ate in front of the computer while I did this, it's basically an 8-hour day. I didn't have a lunch break or anything. I just fucking streamed. That doesn't bother me anymore. But it's also not conducive. Like, it's not conducive to this industry. You have to, even when you're streaming something and you're a personality that has the opportunity for growth, which isn't necessarily my case, you have to be on
all the time.
And that's just become too tiring for me. I just don't want to.
Well, we're getting older now too, right?
I just don't feel like fucking doing it because it's not paying off in such huge amounts that I'm like that it's worth it for me to do it. Yeah. So I want to, that's the shittiest part of the job, and I think that's probably it for everyone. Is the sheer amount of time, no matter how successful you are,
it will be.
It will be eventually.
Yeah.
It'll
catch up to you.
You have to at some point put in so many hours that you just become miserable. You miss out on everything.
Yeah.
And not in the sense of like I just worked a 50-hour week at work, I had a couple extra hours in at work. It's you have gone to bed, woke up, got food, ate in front of your computer doing usually your like office work.
Yep.
Turned the stream on, streamed until bed, eating in front of the computer, and then
That's it.
do the back half of the office work, go to sleep with a half-hour downtime,
Repeat.
wake up and do that 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And that ain't it, bro.
Yeah, that's why so many streamers just fucking
This just ain't it.
get burnt out or depressed, and
So-
they just realize like, holy fuck, what?
So I'm just trying. So yeah. So for me, that's the shittiest part by miles. The best part is that you get to choose your hours and it does well. And thank God, I have a community that financially I can still be supported doing an 8-hour day,
Yeah,
a 7-hour day.
yeah.
Not everyone has
See,
that.
for me, it's like the day I stop making good money is the day I just stop. For full time, like the grind.
Yeah, yeah.
Because for me, in order for me to take so much sacrifice of my personal life,
Yes, exactly.
I have to
there has to
rationalize.
There has to be some upside.
I have to exactly
Yeah.
because if not, it's like what, like besides enjoyment, because it's not just about money.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like if you're going to literally sacrifice just about every waking hour to this, and you're going to put everything into it, you ought to get paid well to do it. Because if not, why in the fuck?
Yeah. Why are you doing it?
Why am I doing it?
Yeah.
You know, like that's just the way I look at it, right? And for me, it's like I never want to just get by.
Yeah.
I want to get ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not I did this for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And bro, I was miserable.
Yeah.
Literally miserable.
Well,
because
you
I don't have any
you have
feeling
to have some
of
sort of goal to work towards.
of any progression.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Yeah.
It's really, really tough. And the reality of it is virtually for any streamer, and in order for you to get to keep progressing, you got to keep being on. And that's the worst part. But it's not all like I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer. The job's amazing. It's an amazing thing, especially when it's working on all cylinders. You got a great community and you're having fun and stuff. But holy fuck, be a liar if we said, you know, you wake up in the morning after 4 or 5 hours sleep, after doing a 12, 13, 14-hour stream, and then you realize I have to get up and do this again right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, I got to do this again right now.
Yeah.
And you got to be consistent. You got to have some kind of schedule to some sort of degree. You got to do all those sort of things. And it's like any other job. And it sounds really weird, but when we had this Halloween thing here, there was a family next door that were having a gathering. They do it every Halloween where they have like hot apple cider, and while the kids are on the street doing their thing, the parents kind of do this powwow. So we thought it would be a really cool time to meet neighbors. So we went up there, and it always comes into the conversation of, you know, what do you do for a living? So I'm explaining to people what I do, and they're pretty, you know, they're wow, you know what I mean, like, and you know, then find out my neighbor, he's a surgeon, and he's talking about, like, you know, and he's I won't give too much information, but he's older.
Yeah, of course.
He's older than I am.
Yeah,
probably by a substantial amount. And he was saying, like, you know, he envies sort of what I do in terms of being able to do the things, like having sort of the freedom.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I look at not per se his job, because I can never. I'm just not smart enough. Like, he's a fucking.
No,
surgeon.
I know where you're going with this,
but
yeah,
it's
no, I
like,
understand what you mean,
but
yeah.
it's like, and the you know, there's other people there that had more of like not such prestigious jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
still very career oriented and very successful. But you know, being a surgeon is like a whole. It's another.
It's the
at least for me, when I look at it,
Yes,
I go,
exactly.
"Holy fuck, he's a surgeon."
Well, it's a,
right?
it's a different
type of thing,
yeah.
right? Because I look at what I'm not very smart. Like, I'm street smart, but I'm not, like, you know, very, like, you know.
It's a different skill set.
It's a different type, way different skill set.
Yeah.
And I go and I look at it, and I look at their jobs, and I get envious because they have structure, right? Structure that is like, not only is it careers that are almost guaranteed to always be there, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of economical downturn
Yeah.
or whatever, or
Yeah.
however, once you get that skill set, people are there to hire you, or you can be your own boss and do whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's the structure. And yeah, you have to be at the hospital, or yeah, you have to be at the job site at 8 a.m. But then you get to leave at, 8 p.m. or 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And it's this time. And you know what you're getting yourself into on a daily basis. And then you still have that paycheck all the time.
Yeah.
For guys like us and gals that are in the same position, it's a massive unknown. You don't know how much you're going to make in a run of a month. You don't know how much support you're going to have this time. You don't know if your game's going to be popular at this time. You don't know if you're going to be popular at this time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. Everything is unknown. The only thing that you can control is being available.
Yeah.
And being on.
Yes, that's the
only
thing
variable
yeah.
that you can control. And it's a lot of pressure. And when it works, it works. But man, when you work it so much, it actually works against you as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really fucky dynamic. And it's like a blessing and a curse. So it was funny because I had that conversation. I always hear people all the time say, oh, man, I play tons of video games. I wish I could do that. And then you go, man, if you really knew, sure, yeah, you might still feel that way. But if you really knew,
yeah.
Sometimes, man, I look back at my old serving job and I miss it. I miss the interaction with people. I miss going to work and kind of being in the trenches with people and like hating the job equally with people and the gossip and the fucking,
every job has its ups and upsides and downsides, but this industry specifically, and any industry in which you work for yourself, really, it's applicable, right? Is the only variable that you have is how much time you put into it.
Yeah.
And then the output is largely just based on a lot of variables that you only have so much control over. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, you don't get any. There's no benefits. There's no pension. There's no anything. You
no
are
security. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
There's zero security. There's zero net. There's zero anything.
Yeah.
You are all in all the time.
That's
and if you're not on, and you're not growing, or you're not at least maintaining what you've got, then the pressure mounts hard, and shit gets very real very quickly. And that's definitely the shittiest part of the job, bar none. And there's only so many ways in which you can stabilize your income with sponsorships and shit. Everything is on a time basis.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, there's definitely some downsides in that regard. But that's definitely the I would agree, upside and downside to it. Phil asks, an old gypsy woman curses you. You can either never play any video games released before today, or never play any released after today.
After.
Yeah, same.
That's super easy.
But Will asks, any Black Friday deals you're looking to get in on?
Nah, I've never been a Black Friday guy.
Neither have I.
Never.
Let's see.
I'm not much of a consumer. I'm really not. Like I'm not a flyer guy.
If I can get something on sale, I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
But I'm not like.
And I'm like the type of dude that, like, say if I need like an HDMI cable, I'll just fucking go to Best Buy and spend like 30% more at Best Buy and just go grab it and get the fuck home.
That's definitely not me.
That's just how I am. Like I'm just not. I'm not like a deals guy.
Coincidentally, Seth Robinson asks, what is something that you know is overpriced but you buy anyway?
HDMI cable at Best Buy.
Man, something that's overpriced we buy anyway. It is rare for me to buy something that's overpriced, that I feel is overpriced.
Yeah.
I don't buy something unless I know it has basically the value that I'm paying for it. Minimum. That's just how I am. I can't, and I spend an inordinate amount of time reaching to accomplish that exact goal of buying something.
I'm the opposite. I'm the type of guy that goes, I could make more money not trying to figure out where the fuck I can get to save this money than actually sitting there trying to fucking figure out how I can save this money.
And not everyone's in that position, though.
I know, but that's just how I am. Like,
yes,
I like headaches to me are just like, I'd rather just focus on work and just whatever it is, fuck it. I'll deal with it and just get back to what I'm good at. That's just how I operate. I'm just terrible like that. But good thing I just don't buy much. So I guess it's really not a huge problem.
Yeah, it's not a huge issue.
I think probably the thing that I would say that I spend the most, that I should say we as a family spend the most money on, that I know we could do better is groceries.
Yeah.
So like, we're typically not the type of people that will like just go to Costco and make a special trip just to get something in bulk to save a little bit of money. But instead we use the convenience thing and we just fucking buy what we want.
Yeah.
And it's not the smartest. It's not the smartest thing to do.
I've been similar. There are some things that I'll buy in bulk, and then other things it's just fuck it. I just need it, and I'm just gonna go buy it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am, right? It's like fuck it,
Vlad asks, if you could have any brand or company to sponsor the podcast, which one would you be happy to be sponsored by?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think the podcast, yes. Well, for the podcast, the one that makes sense. Well, actually, I don't want to say anything because I'm in talks with them, so I don't want to say anything. I don't want to fuck that up. I guess for me personally, I would love Rockstar because I actually drink this shit every day, and if I could get free Rockstars and get paid to promote them, I wouldn't complain. I know that's not your thing at all. I know you would never drink this stuff.
I've drank one, and you gave it to me once.
And you were like, it did nothing, and you're like, fuck this. It's hard enough to get you to drink a can of Coke, let alone a Rockstar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably say Rockstar for me.
Man. The thing is, within the audio space in general, it's just kind of like whatever. It's kind of up in the air, and like that's why you see all podcasts have like such random sponsorships.
Yeah,
like they're not even like specific to podcasting. So, I mean, for me, the sponsors I've always wanted to have in general, or the ones that I'd be happy to have, because I've turned down sponsorships because I'm not the type of guy to take money if I don't personally use whatever it is that I'm hawking onto people.
Yeah, you just haven't had a big enough offer yet.
It would have to be fucking big, straight up.
Yeah,
like it would have to be big. I'm not. Like Razor could come at me. No offense. No. With like 15 grand, I'd tell them
15, bro.
I'd tell them to fuck off.
Razor would have to come to me with.
It'd be a lot of money.
They'd have to come with me at a 6-figure deal for a year.
Yeah,
and then I'd have to only be allowed to pick like the 2 products.
It ain't it
that I like.
Not happening.
And then that's the anything else. That's the show.
Sennheiser, Logitech. Elite keyboards. Rode. I'd be there for Rode.
I like Rode.
Yeah, those would be like the ones off the top of my head anyway. Be the easy ones. But man, most of the sponsorships that float around in this space.
It ain't it, bro.
No, not even a little bit. 8910 asks, who's your favorite female singer?
Favorite female singer of all time? Celine Dion.
Man, I'm terrible with these favorite things. You know me. I don't know if I have a favorite female singer. Celine Dion is up there for sure. Fuck.
I mean, close second for me, Whitney Houston.
Yeah, Whitney Houston is also, there's like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Joan Jett, Blondie, fucking, yeah, shit. There's a couple for sure. No, not a lot of super modern female singers.
I'm not honestly, I'm not a huge fan of female music. Like, I don't relate to a lot of it because a lot of it is about like breaking out with boyfriends and shit like that, or at least nowadays.
Yeah.
So I always relate back to old school female artists. Where I listen, that's what I listen to if I'm listening to female, and it's usually always Celine and Whitney. Those are the ones that I like actively will go out and fucking vibe to for a few hours.
Sia is really good. She writes music for most people.
I forgot about Sia too. I like
but
Sia.
She's really good.
For newest artists like that are not been in.
She's up there for sure.
She's number one for newer.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, but even her music for me is like, eh.
But Lady Gaga, but not all of her pop, not all of her pop music.
Stuff, yeah.
Like if you look like just Lady Gaga as a vocalist, yeah. Let's see. I don't think either of us can answer that one on this Kimmets asks, would you rather survive in extreme cold or extreme heat for a week, assuming you have access to water?
Extreme heat.
I'm going extreme cold every time.
Heat.
I can put on layers until I'm the fucking Michelin Man. I can't peel my skin off. I mean,
Heat.
I can.
Bro,
I can take some bath salts.
If it's heat, I can take heat because it's more comfortable than fucking extreme cold. I like being cold more than hot, but extreme, dude, winter's here.
Give
when
me
it's
minus 50 over plus 50.
I mean, plus 50 is almost insanity. Like, I've been in Vegas with, like, plus 40.
Yeah.
Shit is fucking hot as fuck. But you can jump in a pool. You can, stay inside in a nice fucking air-conditioned house.
Assuming it works.
I don't know, man. Extreme cold, dude. It's terrible, man. It's so uncomfortable. You got fucking shit tons of stuff. You're shaking. I like to be cold when I sleep, but extreme cold, nah. I take the heat. I'll take the heat.
Oh my God. I don't even know how
I don't think a lot
this.
of people in this chat has experienced extreme cold. Like, dude, it's rough.
Well, cold gets to a point where extreme cold can sometimes be better than just sort of cold. And this is why. Extreme cold, you get to a certain point in cold and the air gets bone dry.
Mm-hmm.
And without a huge amount of wind, that extreme cold is super manageable versus, let's say...
it's dry heat?
Versus, let's say... Well, yeah, dry heat, but let's say 6 or 7 or 8 degrees below zero, but wet. That cold... that's the one that will fuck you up.
It's rough.
Like 40 below zero in Labrador without having like 40-kilometer-hour winds, it's bone dry. You walk outside. That's okay.
Yeah.
You get damp on top of the 6, 7, 8 below zero.
Throw some wind in there.
That's
fucked.
And that's Nova Scotia winter. So you're outside shoveling. Yeah. It's rain, ice, rain, snow, sleeting.
It's rough.
But it's also 10 below zero. And it gets into your jacket and everything, and it's game over. You're fucked. Like, you can't get that's the cold that gets into your bones, and then it takes you like 4 to 5 hours to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Sitting in a tub full of hot water. Like that's the shitty. That's the fucking difference, right? So extreme cold.
Yeah.
If it's not blowing a fucking gale outside, I can live with that. I've shoveled in like 30 below zero in a t-shirt because it's dry and there's not a lot of wind. But you get outside in that 6, 7, 8 below zero, and it's like sleet.
Nah.
I'll wait till the next day and get a pickaxe out for the fucking before I go shoveling that shit. So there you go. Last one. Black Jimmy asks, Goku has the Kamehameha. Vegeta has the Final Flash. What are Jeff and Adam's finishing moves called? Have you ever thought about this as a massive Dragon Ball fan?
I have never thought about this.
Neither have I.
Final Flash, Kamehameha. Damn, the Farouche.
Farouche. That's it.
I'm taking it.
That's Farouche.
I'm taking the Farouche.
That's Farouche for sure.
That's it. The Farouche.
That is.
You know what? That's actually something you could visualize in Dragon Ball Z too. The Farouche. I like it.
I don't even know. Yeah. This Adam's the helicopter dick. The helicopter D. It's not really that's a different version of Dragon Ball.
That's a different version of Dragon Ball.
It's a different
Not sure I want to watch that one, but
of Dragon Ball. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what the hell I would ever call my move.
Shamalana Ding Dong. The Farouche is perfect.
The Farouche is just like a perfect fucking.
That's a setup.
That's a perfect thing. There you go.
What about yours? Could be you fool.
I feel like that's why I say right before I power up and then finish somebody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you say you fool and then you
do whatever the actual move is called. And let's
the right swipe.
The right swipe. Fuck.
Oh,
I have
shit.
no idea what the hell I'd call. I'll have to think about that one.
All right.
I'd have
We'll let her
to
know
think
for next
about that.
week.
I was trying to think of a bad white joke. Just couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah, no.
I just can't. I got nothing. I
got none for you either.
I got nothing. Farouche was too easy.
It was super easy.
That was an easy one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for the Technical Alpha Podcast.
That's
I
it.
got a text from my girlfriend that dinner's ready, and I'm a half hour by car away.
There you go.
So I'm going to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Patreon.com/LagTV if you want to financially support the podcast. Otherwise, you can get this podcast pretty much anywhere you want to get it.
Yeah.
Spotify,
Just look for Technical
iTunes,
Alpha.
Google, Play
everywhere.
Music. It's everywhere. Technical Alpha. You search it up, you're going to find it. We appreciate all your support. We'll see you guys next week.
And I'll see y'all on the stream.
Yeah,
after I'm done eating my food.
Mr. Black will be back in OTT form shortly. But thank you guys once again. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.